Welcome to the Best Guy Podcast, where we talk about personal development topics. And what we focus here is on improving ourselves so we can be the best versions of ourselves. Today's topic is on finding purpose and finding our own purpose. Maybe you know what your purpose is, what you were called to do. This is not just a Christian phrase, but it could be any purpose you want. Maybe you're a female who always wanted to be a mom, and now you are because you want to raise your kids in the right way that you know how. Maybe you're a person that wants to grow a business, and your whole focus is growing your business so you don't have to work a 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever your job hours are. Monday through Friday or 70 to 80 hours a week. But you're trying to grow your business so you can get away from working for someone else, working hour to hour. Instead, you're trying to get something where you can grow it and it makes money for you when you leave your workplace or your business. Maybe you're an athlete and you want to become a professional athlete. Maybe you're a teacher and you love molding minds, young minds, so they can be better adults when they get older. Whatever your purpose is, only you know what it is. But what I love about purpose is that it gives us something to focus our lives on. It gives us reasons to live. It gives us reasons to just continuing to live day to day, because when you don't have purpose, you just kind of become relaxed, maybe apathetic. If you've seen people like that, they're just happy to be where they are, not growing, not learning, just not doing anything. Sometimes this can get you into a place of depression. And that's why some people turn to alcohol, drugs, METH, stuff like that. We don't want to be people who are just complacent. That's a perfect word for that. We don't want to be complacent with where we are. Some people have been complacent since the 90s and still live like that today, rather than growing, learning, because they don't have purpose. They're still alcoholics, they're still depressed, and they're just, the whole mindset of them is, I'm just happy the way I am. I don't need to improve. But they don't really have purpose. What I want everyone to have is purpose. I know a lot of people don't have it, but we can all have it if we choose. We just have to find what we want to do, the lives we want to affect. We just have to find the purpose we want. I'll give you an example. I like helping people to improve And one of my strong things I'm known for is finances. And this is before my YouTube videos. Everyone knew I was frugal. So in my mind, I was thinking, why don't I just try to put that on video and see if I get that monetized, or at least just put it out there so other people can learn. And after that, that's how I got on TikTok, because I didn't know what TikTok was. And yes, a lot of it is trash. But I wanted to be the person who stood out from that. And I put on there, I educate people on blindness or frugality or finances, because I want to always educate people on something that I know about. That's why sometimes I'll talk about health and fitness. Even to my friends and family, I'll show them a little bit of health and fitness here and there that could help them. But then later on, they start doing it on their own, which is awesome, because you know they're taking care of themselves, and you didn't need to spark too much in them, just enough to get them started, and then it takes off. That's what purpose is. It gives you a reason to keep on going, because I started giving financial tips in person. Some people took it. Well, a few people took it. A lot didn't. And now I don't have to give out so many financial tips to help people. I can just tell them, watch my video, check out my TikTok videos, because it's all on there. Everything I do or have done is on there. That's why I'm so passionate about making videos every Friday, or even a podcast. No one has ever told me about having purpose. I found my first purpose back in when I was about 14 years old. I started working out. I didn't know where it would lead to or what would happen. All I wanted to do was gain weight, get muscle, so I was no longer that 90-pound guy. Then after that, years later, I started to train my cousin and my sister. And later on, I started training my cousin. And a few years before that was my brother. Then years after that was my youngest brother. And he took to that and put it into his career field. And some of them still train. And I'm glad they do, because they are getting healthier. Maybe they look better, but that is what purpose is. You're helping people, and it also sparks your life. And weightlifting has sparked my life to help people get in shape, to get them healthier, to lose weight, or just to add muscle. And I'm glad I'm able to help people do that. And I'm also glad that I can help people build their finances, help them with budgeting, and even educate them on my blindness. Purpose gives you a reason to keep on living. Some of you have kids. And maybe you didn't have anything in life that would spark you before you had kids. Then you have kids, and maybe that's your motivation. But after they start growing and you start educating them, that becomes your purpose. They give you purpose. You want them to grow into well-mannered adults, disciplined, with all the things that even schools can't teach, like finances, being a good human. Maybe that's your purpose. Maybe you're a mechanic. Maybe you got some mechanic skills and now you're helping your family and friends. Or maybe you built that into a business where you're making money, you're making your own hours, and it's something you love because you're helping people, and on the side you can help your family and friends. But whatever your purpose is, it should give you a zeal in life. I'm not saying you're always going to wake up on fire for your job or your purpose. Sometimes you're worn down because you're working hard at your purpose. But it gives you a different kind of zeal than working a Monday to Friday job that you hate, that you don't even want to be at. Instead of saying another day, another dollar. It's just money in my pocket. You don't have that kind of thinking when it comes to purpose. Purpose you could do for free. Because purpose is more than money. That's why you see Christians on fire for God. Because that's their purpose. It's not an act. It's because that's what they love. They like bringing people to Jesus Christ. They like when people are changing their lives and headed in the right direction. All that is not fake. I used to do that all the time. I remember that's what I love doing. Becoming a Bible study leader was awesome because you're teaching people and they're learning and their lives are being taught from God because it's His book. And even the one thing I love doing is outreaching or going out into the world and telling the gospel because the whole world hasn't heard the gospel. Even other religions haven't heard the gospel. And that's what sparks me. That's why I remember going to church. We used to go on outreaches on Saturdays. And that's what always kept me going was that purpose. I always had purpose in something. Even drums. My purpose was to help the church because I remember going into a smaller church that the pastor's son went on vacation with his grandma and there was no drummer and it just felt weird without the drums. And so my pastor gave me a tambourine and I just had to try to play some kind of beat to it. But I said, I want to be a drummer. So whenever his son was gone, I could take over and drum so there's not that awkward beat where people are clapping off beat. And that gave me purpose. Also, when I was preaching every other month on the third Sunday, it gave my pastor a little bit of a break because he was a working pastor. And that little Sunday night helped him, he said, and it also helped him taking the word to help spark him. So I thought that was very awesome. So I did that for nearly 2 years. I loved it. But purpose it motivates you. It gives you something that I can't even put into words. Whether it's spiritual, whether it's financial. Some people go on YouTube and make financial videos. I have someone I always talk about because she was the first frugal living video I seen. I was just looking up how to budget, and hers was the first video, and because of her just the person she was came off on camera, and it lit a fire in me that, man, I hope I can do that someday. I want to talk about finances. She makes it fun. And that's why I think she had the tagline of making frugal living fun. But there's also a lot of different videos talking about self-improvement or relationship advice, or you can look up anything on YouTube, and everybody has purpose. Whether it's a wrestling podcast or a football podcast, they do their team, or they do the whole NFL stream, or the whole NFL teams, every team. But everyone has their own purpose. Now I gotta ask, what is your purpose? Maybe you can write it down. Maybe you don't have purpose yet. You don't even know your purpose. If I ask you, what is your purpose? And you're like, I don't know. Then we gotta look for it. Not everybody has purpose right now, but hopefully you find something now, later, soon. That something that will spark your life. Maybe it's something you want to do. Maybe it's teaching a crochet class. I don't know what it is, but only you know. What do you like doing? Can you teach it? Can you put it into someone's life? Does it make you happy? When you think about it, day in and day out, does it get you excited? Because purpose should get you excited. That's how I am with these podcasts. I'm excited. I hope it comes off that way. Even my frugal living videos. Because I know I have a monotone voice, but I try to come off as fired up because that's how I am. That's how purpose is. Whether you want to be a pastor, whether you want to be a firefighter, a teacher, a cop, a doctor, a lawyer, a physical therapist, whether you want to be a karate instructor, a PE teacher, being the best version of yourself in any capacity is awesome. Maybe you don't like your job, but you love being a parent. Maybe you don't like your job, but you love your friends and you're just trying to impact them. Maybe you're just a person who works a job and afterwards you love your coworkers and you hang out with them. Whatever your purpose is, keep doing it. Because that makes you impactful on the world. I love the feeling you get around someone with purpose. They're excited. They have a different feel than someone who doesn't have purpose. Someone who's just living life and down all the time, depressed. who could commit a heinous thing on their own life, and I hope that never happens. I'd rather have people have purpose. Even some people are like that, and they turn around and they become counselors for others, maybe at a women's home or one of those that men or women can turn to in their time of need. But they have purpose as well. But this episode was for purpose because I just want everyone to find their purpose, live their purpose, and maybe share their purpose if that's a part of your purpose. So, everybody stay on your purpose every day, every week, every month, every year. And stay happy. I hope you like this video today or this podcast today. And I hope it helps some of you. If you like the podcast, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss the Best Guy Podcast. I'm MR3, and this is the Best Guy Podcast.